guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk favorites, and these were supposed to be my June favorites, but now I have June and July favorites, so I have a ton. Please, before we go to the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. I do a lot of project planning content, also talk about my favorites, do speed reviews, and also empties, huge empties videos. So if you want to see my favorite makeup products, then just keep on watching. So I'm actually gonna start with things that I have on my little makeup bag for the gym. If you wanna see a true, realistic gym makeup routine, then let me know below and I will happily film that for you. Even if I put a little bit of music and that's it, I would love to film that if you guys want to. It's a super easy makeup routine to just make me look put together. So for that, I've been using a couple things, but one of the things that I've loved a ton, it's the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I actually don't wear foundation, tinted moisturizer, or anything for the gym except for concealer because I'm a new mom, I'm super tired, and then I get dark circles. These I love so much. Even though I have it in that makeup bag, I always go to the makeup bag and bring it to my beauty room to use it for my makeup for the day. When I first opened it, I didn't like the scent, but good news, the scent goes away. This is again the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Vanilla. It's a perfect shade for me without wearing any foundation. I truly like it. I find that this is long wearing, that it doesn't look like I'm wearing any concealer at all. It just meshes with my skin, giving me the amount of coverage that I want, but still looking natural. It doesn't make my under eyes look super dry or anything. I don't have dry under eyes, but you guys know Tarte Shape Tape, for example, more on the drier side. Even though I love that, it tends to be noticeable because even though it's full coverage and I love a full coverage, it tends to make me look dry on my under eyes. This one, it's actually top notch. If this had any other brand, you wouldn't think that it's a drugstore concealer. I'm gonna go in with this one. This is my bronzer for the gym, and I don't wear any foundation, and this is the perfect cream bronzer to wear without foundation. I love it, and you can see that it looks pretty dark, but I'm gonna do a swatch. It's not that dark in person. You can find this at Look Fantastic. I will leave everything linked below with links. If you buy through the links, you'll be supporting my channel. So if you love any of these products, or if you want to try any of the products that I show you and you use the links, thank you so much. Illamasqua Gel Sculpt Silhouette, that's the shade of it, and it's a, like I said, a gel bronzer. You can see it right here without blending that the shade looks nothing like it does in the tube, and then when you blend it, it's actually as if you were using a tint bronzer, so it looks completely natural. It dries down and it doesn't really go anywhere except if you're gonna just remove your makeup. It doesn't make me look oily, and it doesn't run off or just looks patchy if I'm sweating. This has been a must-have, and if I finish this, I would love to have a full size of this one eventually. Then these two, you're not gonna be able to get them. I've had them since forever and I never use them. These are the Nars tints, and these are multiple tints. They have been in my collection since before I even wanted to do YouTube. These are amazing, and since I never opened them, I wanted to start using them because they're creams and they are perfectly fine. I don't know, before, I think, even though these are really old, they haven't broken me out. I wear them every day, and I wanted to show them because you can get like a Benetint or something that's similar to this and use it for the gym. But I'm gonna show you what I'm actually using these two mixed together, or sometimes I use one or the other, or just this one with another product that I'm gonna show you. And then these are the exact same thing as the Illamasqua bronzer. You can see when you shear it out, it's just a tint, and it sets on the skin and it stays put, and it looks like I just have a flush. I used to have it in red, and I had them in boxes, in their original boxes, and somebody stole the red one from me. These, I decided that I want to use them throughout the year, and I'm gonna use them every day for the gym until I finish them. But I love the tint that they leave behind, and I love them. And then when since this is too orange, it's not gonna look natural, because the fuchsia one, it looks a little bit reddish on my cheeks. It looks more natural. Then I use this one, which is actually lip tint, and it's super pigmented, so I use a dot on top of the orange one and then blend it with a blush brush, a synthetic blush brush. So these I got from Stylevana, and I love this one on my lips and on my cheeks, and I sometimes use it on my cheeks, but I only placed a dot, and you can see how pigmented this is. So I will blend it with the other one, and then when I rub it, you can still see the line right here. That's the way my cheeks will look, and I will only apply the tiniest amount because I want to look as if I'm not wearing that much makeup. I love the packaging. It's a little bottle of wine. Then for my lips, I'm either wearing the same one that I just showed you or the Clinique Black Honey Almost Lipstick. And I love these. This has been in my collection again for a long time. It was basically unused until last year. I put it in my bathroom and I would put this as a lip balm. And I thought it was too dark, but now I'm into it. So I use it, I put it on my lips, I blend it with my finger, and it will leave a tint behind. So that for me, it's the perfect lipstick look for the gym. This is the Nars Soft Velvet Pressed Powder in the shade Eden. The perfect shade for me. I bought it now that I went to the US last time, but I've been using it every day since I've been going to the gym. So I open it and I've only used it for the gym, and it stays put. It looks beautiful. It's not full coverage. It only sets everything cream that I put on my face, and it doesn't let me look super oily. So yeah, it has a hint of color, but it's not one of these powder foundation products. I've been adoring that, and I know that I will eventually finish it. Then the rest of the products that I'm going to show you are products that I tend to reach for, even though I've have a lot of new things in my makeup collection. And I have a mixture of drugstore and high-end makeup, which is something that doesn't happen to me, but since I got a lot of drugstore makeup as gifts, I've been just enjoying them so much. The first one that I want to talk about, this one I purchased myself, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer. Oh my goodness, like this is one of the best bronzers from the, I think, 12 or 15 bronzers that I have in my collection. I'm actually gonna do a bronzer week, and I'm gonna put one high-end versus one drugstore, and this is gonna be the drugstore one since it has been my favorite drugstore bronzer that I've used. This is even better than the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer that I've loved for so many years. This is just beautiful. It blends into the skin. I love that it has a huge shade range, and I think it's wonderful the way it blends into the skin. It's flawless. I have mine in the shade light medium, and it's perfect for me. I could build it up and it will be darker, or I could use a light hand. It will be perfect for my skin tone. For the powder that I've been loving and I've been obsessing over is the Mcgrath Labs, the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in the shade medium. I'm crazy about this powder. This is just phenomenal. I just want this in the light shade, and I've been using this non-stop under my eyes. I'm not wearing it today because I decided to pull a lot of different things from my stash, but these I've been wearing every single day, and I have it on my everyday little makeup bag that I use to be ready super quickly every day that I'm doing my makeup. And I can already tell you guys, this is replacing my Charlotte Tilbury. Even though I love that one, and I actually recently finished one, I just feel like this is flawless on your face. They don't hold your oils, but they just blur your face. You can see a few of these products in action on my video testing hot new viral makeup that I did. I'm gonna leave it someplace on the screen. I just used a lot of things that I've been loving. Then let's go for drugstore again. For my lips, I've been loving the Revlon Ultra HD Vinyl Lip Polish. This is in the shade Act Natural. I don't know if I've shown these on a favorites video last time, but I can't stop using it. It's so pretty. This is just a beautiful lip product, and even though it's glossy, it stays a long time on your lips since it's a little bit sticky. But I've been loving it so much. I think that this is gonna be a favorite and one of those products that when it comes to it, I will finish it. I don't know, I've been just obsessed with it. From every single lip product that I purchased recently, this is one that I keep coming back to over and over. This one caught me by surprise because I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do. On the video that I told you about, I tried the Divine Rose blush, but then Flirtatious has been a must for me. I've been obsessing over this blush, and I knew in a way that it was gonna happen, but I thought it was gonna be too light when I first saw it. This is one of those things that if I didn't have Matte back in my collection, this would replace Matte for sure. And then the other one that I'm gonna mention as well. These are just beautiful nude blushes. I still want Desert Orchid, but this Pat McGrath blush formula is just perfection. And this is one of those everyday, when I use a smoky eye, when I look natural type of shade, that if you don't know what else to wear and you wear it, it always surprises you how a nude blush can be so beautiful. And then the other one, it's gonna be the M Cosmetics Heaven's Glow blush in the shade Baroque. I placed another order on M Cosmetics since I've been so obsessed with this formula. This looks untouched, but I've used it quite a ton. I love this formula of blush. If you love a glowy cheek, a glowy blush, but you're not that into highlighter that you want to over apply highlighter, this is one of those blushes that, oh my god, it's so beautiful. And they have a beautiful color range as well. So this, I think it's the lightest one, and it's so pretty. It looks like matte, but with a hint of shimmer. I'm gonna build it on my hand so you guys can see, because it's light, but it's buildable. So it's this shade right here. It looks a ton like matte, and that's why I was drawn to it. But now it shines with its own light. I love the packaging, even though it's a little bit bulky. It looks beautiful. I love that the different colors of this blush have different color packaging. This is the perfect blush to use my points for my no buy, because I know I will use them a ton. For lipstick, oh my goodness, the Merit lipsticks. These are the Signature Lip Lightweight Lipstick. I have here the shade Millennial. I've been wearing it so much. It's the lipstick that I'm wearing underneath a Chanel lipstick today. It feels like a lip balm, but it has a buildable pigmentation. It's so comfortable on the lips. It's the perfect type of lipstick formula for people like me. I wear a matte, full-on, beautiful glam lipstick, nude lipstick, when I'm going out on a super special occasion. But most of the time, I'm either wearing something like a lip balm with a hint of color or a tint on my lips, even if I'm wearing a full face of makeup and a glam makeup like I'm wearing today. And this color Millennial is this beautiful. I'm gonna swatch it. Just this is only one swipe, and then this is building it up. And then I always, if I feel like it's too much, I will tap my finger and it will look like a tint on my lips, but it feels like a lip balm. The packaging feels super luxurious. It's heavy. It's so beautiful. Mary did a great job creating these lipsticks. It's just a beautiful formula, and I've been using every shade, but Millennial has been definitely my favorite. I almost forgot this blush. This is the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso. And Luminoso, I had the first one that they had, like the original formula, and I finished it almost completely. And then my best friend from law school, I met with her, and I remember that she loved it, so I gave the remainders of it to her, and I never repurchased. And recently I've watched a few videos and I've seen people using it again, and I wanted it. Janet, which is a subscriber and a friend, we talk a lot about makeup. She sent this blush to me, and this has been the most used blush that she sent me, even though almost every single shade that she sent me of blush I love. The other one is Coral Cove, and you saw that on my last favorites video. But oh my goodness, Luminoso is beautiful. It has a similar feel to the M Cosmetics formula. In a way, they're they're similar. I'm gonna do comparisons when I get the other shades that I order from M Cosmetics. But you can see this one right here. This is so pretty, and on the cheeks it looks so dewy, so beautiful, easy to blend. I wish I could have every single shade that I like from this range. I was actually gonna link this palette and I can't find it anywhere. This is the Natasha Denona pastel palette. It's a recent palette from Natasha Denona. I've been loving the Illusion shade, this one right here, and I'm gonna do a close-up and you will see the dip, but I wanted to swatch it for you because this I've been loving as an inner corner highlight. You can see that it has a pink shift to it, and you guys, you know that I love pink on my eyes, but this one, since it's white and it has a pink shift to it, it's been a beautiful inner corner highlight. I'm actually wearing it on the last tutorial that I did, but you can see how much love it has gotten from me in the past few days. It has an actual dip in it. That could easily be the first pan on this pastel palette because I've been using it non-stop. This one surprised me. I've been going through my foundation collection and just trying everything out and seeing what's too dark, what I can use to mix the darker foundations and whatnot. And then since powder foundation has been just a must-have in everyone's channel, I decided to pull out this powder foundation that was basically brand new and used in my collection. I basically tried it when I first got it, which was ages ago, and then I decided to pull it back out, look for a tutorial on how to apply it, and I can do a tutorial on it because I found the best way to apply it on myself. And I love it because this is one of those foundations that now that I have a baby, that I want to do something quick and I don't want to get oily, works amazingly for me. The shade Light W15, and it's a perfect match for me. I think maybe it could be a little bit lighter, but it looks beautiful on my skin. And this looks like a cream foundation after you apply it and after you buff it in your face. I love these. So I apply concealer first, any cream concealer. I blend it with a sponge and then I go in with this one. And then I do every single product that I want to do, even creams on top if I want to. It works amazingly. It works like a regular foundation. I used it for 3 long days that I was teaching image consulting classes, and it lasted through the day so good that I came back home and my nose wasn't oily. And for me, after applying foundation, about an hour or 2 later, my nose gets oily. It has been a beautiful product. I've been obsessed with it. And even though I wasn't into powder foundations, I'm now a convert. I adore this powder foundation. If you want to see a tutorial on it, let me know below if you have it, or if you just want to see a powder foundation that's a classic in action, and I would happily film that. For cream bronzers, even though I've gotten a lot of new bronzers in my collection, these two are the ones that I've used the most, even more than the powder bronzers. This is the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer, Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow bronzer, and this one, you can see how much I've used it right here, and I showed it on my last tutorial. This is so beautiful. I wish I would have gotten the fair shade. I'm obsessed with it. I really love it. This is a moussey texture. It feels like the mousse Dream Mousse Foundation from Maybelline, old-fashioned one that everyone would love. That's how it feels. So it actually turns out to be a matte cream on my skin, which I prefer since I'm oily and I live in a super humid weather. So I'm obsessed with it. I really love it. And then same thing is happening to me with my Nars Laguna 02 bronzer. This one, again, I wish I would have purchased 01 or the number 1 shade, the fairest shade. Eventually, I know that I can't add them to my makeup artistry kit. They're so beautiful. But right now, I'm gonna enjoy them. People hate scents, but I love the coconut scent on this one. And you can see that it also has a dip in it. You need the tiniest amount because this is super pigmented. But I love matte bronzers, and I love the fact that these are creams but are still matte. Sometimes I use them and then I don't apply a powder bronzer on top. Like today, for example, today I'm wearing the Charlotte Tilbury one and I didn't apply a powder bronzer on top. I'm only wearing that on my face and I actually love the way it looks. I'm obsessed with the Nars one as well. I love the packaging. This one comes with 19 grams of product, and then this one comes with 21. So only 2 grams of difference, but a lot of the cream products that I have, even the bronzers that I've gotten, they have way less product. This is one of my favorites, for example, the Bondi Bay by Nude Sticks, and this has 7 grams of product. So nothing compared to 19 or 21 grams from these two that I'm showing you. Even though they're pricey, they end up being a better bang for your buck because each gram is cheaper than other products that are supposed to be cheap, high-end alternative. Then only 2 more products I have here, this one, and these I used on a lot of videos that I filmed recently, and this is the bite-sized eyeshadow from e.l.f. in the shade Truffles. Oh my goodness, this looks so much like the little Natasha Denona Franken palette that I put together with 5 pans and took with me to the US. It's exactly like that. I'm obsessed with this little eyeshadow palette. It's not the one that I'm wearing on my eyes today, but I'm wearing a drugstore one today again. This is so stunning. I love the shades. Like the black for me is a must have. The transition color, then the deep brown. Those are shades that I hit pan on my Natasha Denona shadows because I use them every day. These, since I got it about 2 months ago now, or 1 month and a half, I haven't put out of my everyday makeup bag because if I'm using any other palette and I need a companion, I can use this one. But on its own, it's beautiful. If you want to see a drugstore tutorial, you guys also let me know. I would happily use the products that I've been loving the most from the drugstore, or just mixing it up with the upcoming speed reviews tutorial that I do. But this is just perfection. I would highly recommend this palette, and I think it's about $3. It was also a gift from a friend. And then last but not least, the Hindash Beautopsy palette. It has been a go-to companion to every other palette that I use for my face, for everything. I need to do a review on the Hindash brand in general because I have a few of the products and I've been loving a few of them so much. I have mixed feelings about one, and then I find it to be so different and stunning. I also used the Monochromance palette on my last video if you want to see it, only 1 or 2 shades. But this is beautiful. This is the palette that if I had to choose between the two, Beautopsy would be my favorite because it's a basic, non-basic palette that you can use all over your face, not only your eyes, but your cheeks as well, or your entire face. These are shadows, blushes, bronzers, whatever you need. And this black and brown, the Intrafatum color, this has been super used by me. You can see the brush strokes right here, and then tan lines. It's a beautiful blurring shade. And then you can even paint your birthmarks with Feel Real or, again, tan line. And then wet paint you can use under your eyes. These you can use as a pink eyeshadow or a peachy eyeshadow or a blush. Same with Love Kills. And I love the names of them. I love the formula. It's not a formula that feels powdery or that has a lot of kick up. It's a buildable, beautiful formula. It feels like a face powder made eyeshadow face formula. I've never felt or used anything like the Hindash eyeshadow palette or palette formula. One thing I would really appreciate is if Hindash would make this magnetic so that as a makeup artist, I could remove all the pans, take them on a C palette, both of the palettes that I have, without losing the component of the original Hindash packaging, and creating Franken palettes if I need to and take them with me. That would be amazing. Since he's a makeup artist, eventually I'm hoping that he will do that, like Natasha Denona does with her eyeshadow palette. That's it for this favorites video, you guys. I hope it wasn't too long. I had a lot of products that I've been loving and that I've been using over and over and over. None of the products that I've shown you on this video I've used only once. I just keep going back to them even though I have plenty of new things in my collection, and you guys know that new things tend to pull you in. That's it, you guys. I will leave everything linked below. And as an emoji today, if you watch the entire video, let's leave something related to wet paint, which is a shade from the Hindash Beautopsy palette. If you watch the entire video, leave an emoji below, comment below, anything you want. I always talk to you guys in the comment section and I read every single comment that you leave me. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I love you, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.